We are not rare. But before you leave, you will perceive the lore will be unlocked. You might be stalked by a Sasquatch or a ghost witch, possibly even a ghost that will boast about knowing the Ohio Grassman or even the Michigan Dogman. Werewolves hunt, poltergeists are up front, but in these backwoods folklore is unlocked.
Welcome back to Folklore Unlocked. I'm Austin, and like always, I'm joined by Ethan.
Yep, hello again, everyone.
And this week we are taking a look at MKUltra. And a little bit of background for those who don't know what MKUltra is. It was a human experimentation project that was overseen by the U.S. and specifically the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, that took place between 1953 and 1973 that hoped to identify drugs that could alter mind, so mind control.
And the beginning, of course, it begins with Nazi scientists working at Auschwitz and Dachau. I don't have my pronunciation app working, so that's about the best we're gonna get. And it's used morphine and other mind-altering substances on prisoners, and it was used to develop a truth serum.
So yeah, like most of the thing, or I shouldn't say most, but like a lot of things during the post World War II Cold War era, it started off with the Tiny Mustache Man group and CIA involvement with MKUltra, which was the CIA, discovered the existence of LSD, and specifically LSD 25. Don't ask me what. I didn't even know there were different LSD numbers or whatever. Not my expertise. And they used primarily mental patients, prisoners, drug addicts, and prostitutes. So people that were, I guess, easily manipulated, so to speak. But they also gave LSD to CIA employees, military personnel, doctors, government agents, and the general public. So, yeah, not very moral, if you ask me.
No, and I agree. I haven't seen anything else on any of the other LSDs. I didn't know there were that many types of them. So, and exposed. So it was exposed during the fallout of the Watergate scandal in 1973. CIA Director Richard Helms ordered all the MKUltra files destroyed, and 20,000 files survived after being stored in financial records and then were discovered in the Freedom of Information Act request of 1977. Documents were investigated by the Senate the same year.
What a dick. And then there were the four most known confirmed subjects were Allen Ginsberg, Ken Kesey, say that 10 times fast, Harold Blower, and Robert Hunter. But as Ethan will get into, the four more famous alleged subjects are a lot bigger names.
Yeah, as Austin said, these are just alleged subjects, so we don't know for sure if they were, but since the files were kind of destroyed, a majority of them, we probably will never know. So there's John Whitey Bulger, a mob boss, Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, Sirhan, who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy, and then also Charles Manson.
Noted cult leader. Of course, there's pop culture, like we mentioned last week. MKUltra was part of the Montauk Project, or vice versa, and the Netflix hit series Stranger Things was heavily influenced by the Montauk Project, and therefore MKUltra. And also The Killing Room, which was a 2009 film that took inspiration from MKUltra, and there are other things inspired by MKUltra. And on to our thoughts. So this did in fact happen. So there's really no denying that. It's just that there's so much that we don't know and won't know because of what Richard Helms ordered destroyed, and since it was all files surrounding MKUltra, well, people are gonna create theories on what MKUltra was actually doing and how successful or unsuccessful it was. And yeah, we just probably won't know the full extent of MKUltra because those 20,000 files just have to be just barely scraping the surface of what we do know.
Yeah, I agree with Austin. Like, there's no denying that, MKUltra was a thing that did happen, but there's so much we don't know, and we don't know how many people were a part of these experiments, or even who was experimented on, because there's a few alleged suspects there, and I'm sure there were tons and tons of people. But one thing is for certain, that if you ever think that the government would never do that, you'd be wrong, because they definitely would.
Yes, they would. Because, I mean, I'm not going to say Charles Manson was innocent of what he ordered and himself, but if he was part of MKUltra, how much would that have done to his mental state?
Yeah, that's like all of those that we talked about, the alleged suspects. I mean, all of them were a little bit off, to say the least. So this could have been caused by MKUltra.
I mean, yeah, the Unabomber, domestic terrorist, Sirhan, assassinated a presidential candidate, which we did cover and kind of heavily in the Kennedy curse episode, and then Charles Manson, kind of not a good person himself, just in general.
But yeah, these could have all been either influenced by MKUltra, who knows?
Yeah, who knows at this point? We'll never know. The files are probably destroyed, so who's to say that they weren't at least a little influenced by MKUltra, or possibly maybe the mind control did work.
Oh, okay. So we're going down the line that maybe the government caused this.
We won't know.
True.
We don't have all the documents. We don't have all the proof of what worked and what didn't work. I'm just throwing ideas out here.
We're just people on YouTube talking about random stuff.
We honestly know as much as the next guys or the next people out there, so our word is not gospel. But I think that's all we've got for this week. Next week we'll take a look at the Count of Saint Germain, a very mysterious person in his own right. Any last words, Ethan?
Just thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, leave us a comment and follow. And we'll see you next week.
You might wake up beside Spearfinger with an extended visit from Jack the Ripper. But if you're lucky, it'll be an angel on that range hill of Louisiana. You might meet Mary Laveau or the Road. At Folklore Unlocked, Austin and Ethan concoct their theory of the eerie and unexplained around the world, sometimes even the underworld. The lore is locked behind secrets, the folklore is meant to be unlocked. The Sokoloo is haunting NC as well as Tennessee. There are many giants that might be clients of the Dark Watchers, who might have psychokinesis. And the phantom time hypothesis is like a phoenix, coming back around again and again. The laser strain on your brain if you've got more than 2 brain cells in you. Some believe McCartney is dead because they read into the Mandela effect, which is subject to folklore.